Welcome back to my Route 66 journey. Today we start Missouri. I am currently on the Mississippi River on the old Chain Rock Bridge here. This was the original Route 66 bridge here. I actually went on the McKinley Bridge at the end of the last episode, but I want to be able to get the Mississippi River and somewhat of the city. I don't know if you can even see that. You probably can't. We got stops in St. Louis, and we're gonna do that today. It's still technically day 5 of it, but I ended the Illinois episode and starting the Missouri episode right now. We're gonna do everything in St. Louis, probably stay overnight, probably DoorDash all day tomorrow in St. Louis, and then we're gonna continue on the rest of the Missouri part of Route 66. Oh, no vacancy? Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping we could sleep on this bridge. Our first stop of the day, right there, the St. Louis Arch. Because you have to. And look at it. It's beautiful. Probably even a bit better up close. Now, this is probably not a good idea to park here during usual times, but this is part of the National Park Service, and as of right now, October 2025, we're in the middle of a government shutdown, so I think we're okay. Would you look at that? Damn, it's a biggin'. This isn't Philly, and this isn't Rocky, but I'm gonna run up these stairs. Okay, that's enough. At 630 feet tall, the Gateway Arch is the tallest man-made monument in the United States. In 1947, architect Eero Saarinen won a contest held by the Jefferson National Expansion Memorial Association. The contest was to design a structure to commemorate Thomas Jefferson and settlers who made their way into Western America. Construction of the arch cost $13 million. It weighs 17,246 tons and has extension footings that extend 60 feet into the earth. Am I totally just lying on the ground underneath the St. Louis Arch, looking up at it, getting a little freaked out? I totally am. I mean, come on, you can't tell me if you had this view you might get a little freaked out yourself, right? Or is that just me? I'm looking at a lot of the restaurants that are in St. Louis, and you know, a lot of them that are on the Route 66 app, but golly, just so many of them are overpriced. Even the ice cream places are charging $6 for a milkshake. Like, that's just too much. So I'm gonna get something off of Too Good To Go for tonight, and that's gonna be dinner. Right here is Busch Stadium. This is where the St. Louis Cardinals play baseball. And there's not a game going on today, but it is something to do if you're in St. Louis. I do love me some baseball, y'all know that. So this is some Big Brother shit right here. When I drove through that parking lot, it charged me 99 cents. Like, it already had my information and everything. That's a bit scary. I do admit, I do like the gas prices out here a lot better. Heck, and this is in St. Louis. Like, if this is an indicator of what the rest of Missouri is gonna be like, I'm gonna be a happy camper. Here you will find the Budweiser Anheuser-Busch Brewery. And there is a beer garden in there, but I know for a fact they're gonna overcharge you for beers, and I'm looking on the food menu. Yeah, definitely overpriced. I'm not gonna go there. Back on the actual route now. Apparently right here is some really nice donuts. So if they're open,
you have arrived.
We're gonna go in and see what it's about. Considered by many to be the best donuts in St. Louis, the Donut Drive-In continues to serve up homemade donuts on Route 66, and thanks to a recent grant, the facade of the building has been restored for the first time in decades. So today's my lucky day. Not only did I get one raspberry-filled glazed donut, I got 2 of them. She just grabbed 2 accidentally, and she's like, hey, here you go, have it, and just charged me for 1. So thank you. That was awesome. Gotta try it, obviously, because, you know. Let's go! Love me a good yeast donut. I think I prefer fruit-filled over, like, chocolate and, like, other custard, things like that. 9.1 out of 10. Oh, by the way, one donut from there $1.46. Gotta frickin' love it. It's kind of surreal when you're driving down old Route 66 and you're passing by just regular modern stores. I mean, I get it, it's a road like any other, but at the same time, the fact that I'm seeing, you know, Dollar Tree and Planet Fitness and McDonald's. I mean, McDonald's, that makes sense, but other, you know, modern, like Chipotle along Route 66. Like, that's just so surreal to me. Look at her. A clean car is a happy car. Today is day 6, and it is a DoorDash day, so it is very unlikely there will be content today. So, might be fast forwarding to day 7. Welcome to day 7 of our Route 66 adventure here. We are continuing on through Missouri here. We're leaving St. Louis today. Yesterday, I did DoorDash and made a good $200. That's important to keep this dream alive here. Now, our next big city on the route is Springfield, Missouri. Not Springfield, Illinois, Springfield, Missouri. Issue is that it's also 3 hours away from St. Louis, and that is what tripped us up at the beginning of the trip, was the fact that Springfield, Illinois was 3 hours from Chicago, made route planning a bit difficult with me wanting to see all the things. I don't know where we're going to stop tonight. I doubt we're going to get to Springfield, Missouri, but we'll see. One last look at the skyline before we leave town. Some of the worst roads I've ever dealt with in this country. It rivals Baltimore for the amount of potholes that are in St. Louis. Just like that, we have rejoined the route. See, look, right there. 66 signage.
Your passport has been stamped.
The historic Meramec Route 66 bridge was constructed in 1931 to 1932 to carry Route 66 traffic. It is 1,009 feet in length, 30 feet wide, and has 330-foot steel deck trusses. This type of bridge is known as a Warren Deck Truss Bridge. This bridge was bypassed before 1966, and in the 1970s, the bridge decking was removed. And in 2017, the Missouri State Parks Department took ownership of the bridge with the goal of preserving its Route 66 history, and it was added to the National Register of Historic Places on September 16th, 2009. I don't know about you, but I don't think Nessie can make it over that bridge. Yeah, I think we took a wrong turn.
Then use the second from the right lane to turn right onto Allenton Road, Six Flags Road. Right.
A Holiday Inn in Eureka, Missouri is one of the most unusual ghost stories in the U.S. The property had a large farmhouse and barn that dated back to the late 1800s. During construction of the current hotel in the 1970s, attempts were made to demolish the stone chimney from the old house. Something would go wrong with the machinery, or someone would be injured each time they attempted. After several attempts, construction workers gave up and refused to try further. The hotel was built with the chimney left standing on the property and stands to this day. One of the most famous ghost stories is that the second and third floors are haunted by a little girl named Aggie. A painting of her hangs in the hallway that she haunts. Witnesses have seen her run down the halls and peeking around the corners. Rumor has it she fell from the barn to her death. This is where the lobby is now located. So I looked on booking.com, and this is apparently $104 a night. And it's booked up like December 1st or 2nd, something like that. It's currently October 11th. Why? I don't know. I'm not staying with some ghosts. No, not doing it. Along the route, you will find Six Flags St. Louis. If theme parks are your thing, then this could be a really cool stop for you. Making a stop here at Jensen's Point Overlook. Bunch of stairs. Oh God. Me and staircases just don't mix. Man, what a great view from here. Jeez, get out of my face. heck is this thing for? I can't really see that far. But, oh, it's backwards. Not bad. Oh wow, look at that. Hopefully y'all can see that. Something like that.
Turn left. On Route 100, historic Route 66, for 200 miles, turn left onto US 50 East.
Apparently some hostile owners over there, so we're just gonna move on. Easily one of the highlights of the Missouri part of the trip was Meramec Caverns. It's Missouri's largest commercial cave site and has been a tourist attraction since 1933. You can enjoy a guided tour into this 7-level natural wonder. Tours are on very well-lit walkways to make it easy for everyone. And the cave is also believed to have been a hideout for Jesse James and his gang. Also includes zip lines, a gift shop, and other attractions. Apologies in advance since my camera really didn't focus that well in the dark caves. Oh my. Guess we all gotta go down to the river now. You've been watching this series, you know why I gotta go down to the river. By the way, watch your step. Like it's really close to the river. You don't want to fall in. It's like some Star Wars shit here.
Seeps through the ground, and as it goes, it collects various types of minerals and plant matter. There were some air pockets. That material flowed into them and then hardened over a few thousand years. If you look way back, you can see a separate road full of those soda straw formations. That is called the Spaghetti Room.
So that apparently continues for another like 16 miles. And there's salamanders, bats, and scorpions. So I'm gonna stay back here. Wasn't able to film it, but we experienced total cave darkness. Literally, our tour guide just turned all the lights off and we stood there for like 15 seconds. It was like really eerie. And apparently, it takes you 30 days to go blind permanently and 3 hours for temporary blindness to set in.
15 inches. The deepest part of the river is only 3.5 feet. And that's at the bottom of that waterfall we saw. The steamer stands at 28 feet tall, 500 feet circumference. It's estimated to be around 32 million years old. It's flowing down. Takes around 13 years for a layer as thin as a piece of paper to bottom of crystal lakes. You can see some cauliflower-like formations, and those are called bocceroids. Oh man. You all can take your time looking at that, and once you're ready, you can follow me.
It's one of only 2 wine tables in the world. Others in Sicily, Italy.
Our wine room. This large formation is the wine table. This large formation is called the Scenic. It's another flow formation. It was built to stay river-like patterns. It is 70 feet tall, 50 feet wide, and 35 feet thick.
Yep, only the devil would take a bath in that. Meramec Caves, man, that was super cool. A little on the pricey side. I mean, maybe it's like medium price range. Like, I paid $35 for that, and that was like $30 for the actual ticket and like $5 for a processing fee and 5% tip. So, man, there's so much factoids. Our tour guide, like, she was very informative and willing to answer questions. Those caves, man, I tell you, the amount of history behind it and all the Jesse James stuff and all the, you know, geological stuff. It's a lot of fun. I like that. I'd say that was worth the money. Now, they do have a restaurant, which is a bit overpriced, and they do have motels. I haven't looked into the price. I'll throw the nightly rate up on the screen there. And they do have campsites here. Welcome to Bourbon, y'all. The historic Bourbon Hotel was built in the 1890s. It served the railroad, as can be seen since its building front faces away from Route 66 and towards the railroad. To view the historic beauty of this abandoned building, you'll need to leave Route 66 at Cedar Street and enter the parking lot in front of the building on the other side of the block. We're in Cuba? Didn't think I was allowed in Cuba. But I am hungry, so time for my per diem of the day.
Congratulations.
So that place was just kind of okay. The ribs weren't anything to write home about. The pulled pork was alright. The brisket was a bit dry and needed sauce. Take it from a native North Carolinian. If your barbecue needs sauce in order for it to be edible, then you failed. And the mac and cheese was good. The baked beans were not cooked all the way, so I'm not really a fan of that. I mean, I liked the sauces, and they didn't really seem to have a lot of positivity around there, so I would give this place a miss next time. 5 out of 10. Like, it's just okay. Nothing to write home about. It'll fill you up. I don't like that I wasted my per diem on this one today. The upside is that this place was right next to the original Wagon Wheel Motel, aka the oldest continuously operated motel on Route 66. While it's over 80 years old, it has been completely restored to its original charm. Next stop was Weir on 66, which was originally built by Paul T. Carr as a modern full-service Phillips 66 filling and service station. It was a stylish 3-bay garage with a gabled front and narrow wing. This business provided many young people with their first jobs in the community. Mr. Carr also ran a Pontiac dealership in Cuba, Missouri. Throughout the years, there were various owners and brands until Bill and Lynn Wallace bought it in 1968. It became the first mobile gas station and offices of Wallace Oil Company. Their headquarters remains in town, but across the street in a modern brick office building. After Bill's death in 2001, Lynn Wallace began a project that would honor her late husband and the station's history. Collaboration with a Route 66 giant, Phillips 66, and others assisted the Wallace family in restoring the station to its original 1930s glory. Artist Ray Harvey was commissioned to paint the vintage scenes on the garage bays in memory of Bill and the history of the station. In January 2021, the restaurant called The Four-Way closed, and in June 2021, new owners opened the restaurant Where on 66, although when I went there, it was unfortunately closed. We are here at the Fanning 66 Outpost General Store. Not gonna go inside because I've spent too much money already. But here is the world's second largest rocking chair. Would be nice to go take a rock in that thing, but I don't think I can. Not gonna lie, it's kind of depressing seeing these old school posts kind of in disrepair. I'd like to see them restored one day. Next stop was the Trail of Tears Memorial Park off of State Highway D in Jerome. This unique tribute park was created by Larry Baggett to honor the Trail of Tears. Now, fair warning, do not drive your car up here because it's a walkable exhibit, and don't go too far up the road either because that is private property. Right here, we're crossing Devil's Elbow Bridge, which is a 2-span truss bridge that crosses the Big Piney River. This bridge was built in 1923 and is still in operation today. Total length of the bridge is 589 feet and has a 19.4 foot deck width. Vertical clearance is 14 feet. Homemade and ended. Oh, there's some Astroglider for you. Oh, Uranus, Missouri. Home of the Pirates. I mean, come on. The jokes just write themselves, don't they? Don't they? Now I gotta buy some fudge, because, look, anybody watching, I would eat there on the first date. And of course, when you walk in, they yell, "Welcome to Uranus!" Mayor of Uranus, Mayor Lucine Mugga. Shout out to them at the fudge factory at Uranus. They packed my fudge gently, and they used protection to do it. Missing a pair of balls. If found, please return to Putt Pirates Mini Golf. Do not read this sign under penalty of law. Oh, Uranus Examiner. I can't even go in. Oh no, I'm a criminal. I gotta get out of here. Ah! You'll never take me alive, coppers. Oh God almighty, I love this place. By the way, let's try some fudge from Uranus. Delicious. And yes, ladies, I do eat that on a first date. Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list. This is a historic cafe sign on display on Route 66 from the Satellite Cafe, which was opened around 1955. In the 1950s, space theme was common. Original cafe no longer exists, which probably explains the Phillips 66 space station rocket right here as well. Next stop was the Munger Moss Motel. And like many historic roadside businesses, this began as a sandwich shop on the original Route 66 near Devil's Elbow Bridge. Relocation of the sandwich shop to Lebanon, Missouri happened after World War II, which the new 4-lane highway moved the traffic off the original route. The business grew and cabins were added in 1946. The original 14-room cabin court is now 44 rooms. The famous neon sign was restored in 2010. A matching grant by the National Park Service helped pay for the sign's restoration. Now, unfortunately, the Munger Moss Motel has been sold and is currently closed. And that right there is apparently a fun bowling alley, but I already spent money at Uranus, so We've had our fun today. Here's the Missouri Welcome Center rest area. And would you check it out? It's Route 66 themed. Missouri Route 66 Welcome Center. Vacancy. Well, that marks an end of day 7. Tomorrow it's gonna be a DoorDash day, and Monday we will pick back up on the route. Goal will be to finish Missouri, go through Kansas, and then get to Miami, Oklahoma. It's about a 2-hour trek from Springfield, Missouri to Miami, Oklahoma. We're about 40 minutes from Springfield right now, so see y'all then. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 9 of the Route 66 adventure. Day 8 yesterday was a DoorDash day, but unfortunately it was quite trash. Between that and Instacart, only made about $86, $87. 67. But I did laundry, and today we're going to be able to finish Missouri and possibly the little sliver of Kansas. But obviously you won't see that Kansas part till the next episode. And after going through some gravel roads, we are back on the mother road. Here in Marshfield, you will find a 1/4 size replica of the Hubble telescope. It's pretty cool. Wonder what you could see with that thing. Now, this isn't 66 related, but an essential part of any American road trip is Buc-ee's. Reason Buc-ee's is so essential to an American road trip is, well, first of all, look at the size of this thing. It's basically like a Walmart and a local gas station and a Home Depot and a Dollar General all got mixed together in a blender. It's massive. And also, the gas here, really cheap. Cheaper than most places around. Like, this is basically, the gas at Buc-ee's is a loss leader. If you don't know, in business, that's something that a business will sell at a loss in order to get customers in the door, because they make their money in there. Now, if you follow this channel a long time, you know we've talked about Buc-ee's before, but I just want to reiterate it to anybody who has never done a road trip in this country or any non-American. that is thinking about doing this route, this is essential. Now, the brisket sandwich, it is to die for. But as you can see, I'm a little sick right now, and we're actually gonna go in and get some fruit. Look at me actually treating my body well. And they pay their employees a lot more than the competing businesses of the same type. $15 for a drink, some fruit cup, and some beef jerky. Might seem a little steep, but you know, it's a tradition of an American road trip. The downsides of Buc-ee's is that even though they're 24 hours, they don't allow overnight parking, which is kind of a bummer. Oh yeah, this is what my body's been craving. But also their jerky is like, it's some of the best in the game, so it's totally worth it to get some, even though I could get more of this better value at Walmart. It's not as good. This Steak and Shake was opened in 1962 and in 2017 was added to the national list of historic places. Won't stop in there today because I'm a little sick to be able to enjoy a steak burger and a shake, but I do want to try their beef tallow fries. They've been getting some rave reviews. What mural count is this? I don't even know. I've lost count at this point. The birthplace of Route 66. The historic Gillios Theater was built by Emmy Gillios of Monet, Missouri. Gillios was a bridge builder by trade, which is why this theater was built with steel and concrete. It opened on October 11th, 1926. Its last show was in 1980. Today, the restored theater is mostly a concert venue. So I talk to my mom every day, just text back and forth, just let her know what my plans are, and I mentioned that my next stops are Kansas and Oklahoma. She said that it's a good thing that I'm not doing this in spring because it's tornado season in Oklahoma then. And yeah, and I said I agreed. It would be like if I tried to do like Florida right now in the fall, aka hurricane season. Not good. On 66 is $40 per adult. That's before taxes and fees, so I'm gonna skip it because it's just not something that I can justify that I'm interested in. Forgot to mention the significance of this Bass Pro Shops is that it is basically the flagship Bass Pro Shops location, basically Johnny Morris's backyard. Also, real ball knowers know when I did that Garth Brooks limited series box set review all on my music channel, when I went to that Bass Pro Shops to pick it up, I also picked up this shirt there. Just gotta do it for Dale, y'all. Now, a typical phrase that you hear a lot with how to deal with bears: if it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, say goodnight. Here's the bison brat, y'all. And according to cashier over there, Johnny Morris himself raises these bison, like his own meat company. Like this guy, Johnny Morris is the American dream, y'all. Let's just give it a taste. It's definitely like a leaner meat, like beef, I'd say. On its own, it's like, it's all right. Definitely need some mustard, don't. I give it 7.5 out of 10. If you want to buy some bison, here's the prices. Goodness gracious, I could spend all day in there just looking at stuff, but I'll probably buy out the entire store if I'm not careful. And by the way, I did not see any more of that Garth Brooks limited edition things being sold. In fact, I saw a comment on that video over on the music channel that apparently somebody bought it at Ollie's for like $3. Damn it. Right there's the Route 66 car museum and gift shop, but we're not going to be stopping there because the tickets are a bit pricey. Fresh buzzard eggs for sale. Too bad I just had some bison meat. We could do more exotic meats on this route, but oh well. It says private property, registered and invited guests only, so we're just gonna drive through it and we're gonna move on. And with that, we are officially leaving Springfield. I've been through 2 Springfields, and I haven't even ran into Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, or heck, even Mo. I even take Mr. Burns at this point. You feel me? You can definitely tell this is not the main road, because it just, literally the main road turned a hard left, and this is just a regular road. Sinclair, the official gas of Route 66. Well, I'm stopping here. Gary's Gay Burrito is a Route 66 recreation of a historic Sinclair gas station in Paris Springs and includes many artifacts of Route 66. This was one of my favorite stops of the trip. I know I've said that multiple times, but I really like this stop. Man, that was a super cool place. Shout out to George and being open and to all like questions you had and just being an overall cool guy. Like I said to him, it's like, this is all fascinating stuff to me, but at the same time, this is like everyday stuff to him. So really do appreciate him being cool and awesome. Hey, look, that's my gas station. Look at that. It's my gas station. Hey guys, look. It's my gas station. Spencer Station. I didn't even plan that. I didn't even know this was on the route. So this is basically what's left of the tiny town of Spencer, Missouri. The town was founded in the late 1870s, but was abandoned in 1912. Route 66 actually rekindled this small strip of businesses until it was bypassed by the interstate and was abandoned once again. The Spencer garage has been somewhat restored with vintage Phillips gasoline pumps and a sign. This is the only reminder that this small spot on the road once existed. And on June 15, 2022, this historic property was purchased by Ed Klein, a well-known Route 66 preservationist. After that, I stopped off at Circle E Country Market in Carthage, and what lured me in was fresh baked bread in the Route 66 app, and apparently cinnamon rolls are unbelievable too. But it says here the store is 15 years old. It was started with the purpose of serving the community. The original owners had the same mindset. Great food for the community with a good Christian atmosphere and great customer service, always their priority. Here I am picking up a pepperoni roll. Oh, heck yeah. I know. I already had my DM for today. On the 66 app, it said they had fresh baked bread, and that's how you can lure me into any van, is fresh baked bread. So, worth it. 9.3 out of 10. Next stop was Red Oak 2, Missouri in Carthage. Lowell Davis, who grew up in Red Oak, Missouri in the 1930s, wanted to save a little of that simpler life. In 1987, he began buying the homes and businesses from Red Oak and moved them 23 miles away to his farm. Davis restored the structures from his childhood and arranged them into what is now known as Red Oak 2. Red Oak 2 consists of stores, a historic Phillips 66 filling station, a blacksmith shop, and many other structures and features. Foxfire Farm. No wonder his wife left him. Looks kind of like Mater. Kind of like Tub Mater, but without the tub. I don't know how many times I've said that this trip. A historic Boots Court Motel in Carthage was built in 1939 by Arthur Boots. This famous Art Deco streamlined modern building was saved from demolition and is in the process of being restored to its 1949 glory. The neon sign has also been restored in 2016. At night, the neon glow of the sign as well as around the top of the building is unmistakable and a wonderful photo opportunity. Right there is Pancake Hut. Now, I looked and they actually do have some reasonable prices, like $5 for a regular sized breakfast, $14 for like a huge breakfast, but unfortunately we already ate, so we're gonna move on. Oh no, all this rain, they got Mater. No, not Mater. Nice little ice cream stop along the route. Nice little display over there. Very Route 66. (1933). This is where Bonnie and Clyde hung out, waiting to get arrested. This is the last sight to see in the state of Missouri. The Yellow Brick Road. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. All right, shout out Mark over at that bar over there, taking that picture over at the Yellow Brick Road. That was awesome. And apparently he's also from Roxborough, like around where I grew up in North Carolina. So that's awesome. But anyway, that's gonna do it for our time in Missouri. We are on to Kansas now, the shortest span of the trip. I really appreciate y'all watching. I love the support on this series. If you haven't, subscribe, watch something around my face, and I love y'all. Thanks for changing my life. See y'all in the Kansas episode.